Ha. Good evening, good evening, team. Good evening, team. Can you guys hear me, everybody? Yes. Can you guys hear me? Good evening, everyone in the house. Welcome to our workshop regarding the IT industry team. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you just type a yes? So I've experimented this custom streaming something for the first time. So is it all good, team? Can you hear me? Okay. Everybody in the house. So nice to see you people. Shweta, Shankar, Pavan, Riya, Bhanu, Gogikar, Pooja, Vaishnavi. Nice. Very good to see all you people. Okay. So it looks like there is some lag. Yes, I've been repeating like, are you able to hear? So this is really good. Okay. Fine, team. So, chalo, let me directly get on to the topic for the day. Okay. Very good to see all you people eagerly here available to get the maximum of learning of the IT industry. Okay. So, for those people who might not have seen me or not aware of me in like total deep context. Okay. So, I really want to tell you people a few facts. Okay. And the first thing you need to understand key uh, yeah, so I was a student of Amirpet. It was like 10 years ago, team. Okay. So 10 years ago, I was a student of Amirpet, and from there, it has been a journey so far. I have spent 10 years into the IT industry. Okay. From that position, started like a Java developer. So my name is Tausif Sheikh. I started like a Java developer in the initial years, so trained on all kind of possible frameworks. So if you are aware of Natras sir, Amirpet, that kind of background, so I trained from all the kind of people, learned everything basically. Okay, spent detailed amount of time learning core Java, advanced Java, Spring, Hibernate, EJB, struts, web services. Like for 1 year I was trying to get trained and get into the industry. Okay, the point is, yeah, that patience really paid off, and then eventually I was into the IT industry working for the project, which was really good. Okay, and I want to really share few important things started my journey like a Java developer. Started like a 1 year of experience, 1 year of experience, that bracket. Then spend 3 to 4 years of time in working on complete Java and Spring based applications. Okay, so it was Java and Spring based application. It was going really good, and then life gave some opportunity to even work on the UI side of things, like front end world. So that was the second. So for UI, I worked for 2 years. So I have seen the server world, I have seen the UI world, behind the screen, whatever designing and all that happens. So I've even seen those aspects. Okay? And then after crossing like 5 6 years of experience, some more responsibilities were provided where I started leading teams. Okay, and that includes then end-to-end software delivery, working with the people, longly with the clients, product teams, and like end-to-end process. So it started with small teams, like 4 members, 5 members, started with that. And then after spending like few like a year or two on that, then moved on to another team like of 10-member team size. So that's what it like. Dekho guys, point is, if you're really hungry for growth, your career will shape up very good. Okay, and what I'm expecting is, as part of today's session, okay guys, very important stuff. As part of today's session, it would be your career planning session basically. Okay, the recording will be available for some time as well. If you can take some recording notes of it, you can capture that. If recorded notes are not available, so maybe recording video will be available next. So running notes if not possible, capture some recorded version will also be there for some time. But I personally feel, regardless of what years of experience you have, whether you are looking as a fresher or 0 to 2, 2 to 4, or even 5 plus 8 plus even 10 years of experience, guys, let me tell you, okay, any bracket of experience that you have, today's session is going to help you to really plan your entire IT career, like how you should grow, how you should start, and how your entire journey should be planned. And it's going to be really valuable across end to end journey. Okay. So from there, then I started leading a team of like 10 members. And then life further grew. It became like 10, 15. Now right now I'm leading a team of like 20 members. It is going to expand in the mid of next year to like 40, and then there is a plan of 60. So already we have the budget approval and all that going, and yeah, the team is really going to expand. So this has been my journey, okay, starting from the Java development to right now. My designation is head of technology, okay. So I am head of technology, leading a 20-member team right now, which is already moving on to become a 40-member team by the mid of next year, okay. So these are just few quick things, just to enable you to understand ki dekho, I have seen the IT life from multiple angles, okay. So whatever I am going to talk today, nothing is going to be bookish, guys, okay. Everything is practical knowledge, what we do on a day-to-day basis in the IT industry. And it has been a lot of situations, okay, lot of circumstances, lot of learnings, and which would even be useful for people having like experienced people listening this. It would be valuable for each and every one, basically, okay. From fresher till 10 years of experience, today's session is going to be valuable, okay. Let's make the most of it, people, okay. So let's make the most of it and try to understand. Now let's get on with the things, okay. The topic for today, okay, we are picking a generalized topic because we have just caught in like one random time, right? So we are not into some sequence of events, this is one random time. So I wanted to give as maximum value as possible in this connected session. Maybe it might run for 1 hour or 1.5 hour, but let me tell you, this would be the most valuable hour of maybe this entire year for you. Yeah, because this would help you plan your career in the great manner, okay. Chalo, let's get started. So whatever image I prepared, right, so the posting, so I'm just looking at that right now, okay. So basically we are going to touch base on multiple aspects, like what first of all we would be focusing about agile, okay. What agile, why agile, nothing theory, everything practical, okay. So we'll touch base on agile. It is one way by which you develop software, okay. So guys, it is nothing but a process. IT has processes, and we are going to for SDLC, you might have heard about this in your college times or your learning times, software development life cycle. Let me tell you guys, agile is not something new in the market. Almost like when I started my career, so from that time onwards agile is there. So it's like 8 years, 10 years from that time I'm working in agile projects only, so it's not new. And don't feel very proud that I know agile, okay. Agile is basically 8 years, like I'm working since 8 years in an agile project only. But you need to really understand how that process is going to help you, okay. And you need to really understand that. We'll touch base that. And then second thing, guys, while you are doing the application development end to end, okay. Now dekho, there is few things like new joiners in the system, they generally don't get this thing, okay. All the new joiners, they are like, okay, I should just focus about my particular area, like what is a UI person supposed to do, or a server guy. And let me tell you, today's session is technology neutral. So even if you belong into a UI developer or a server developer or a QA or a DBA, database related role, or a DevOps related role, regardless of what technology you are, it is going to be applicable for everybody, because it is a process of software development which is not driven by the technology process, okay. So understand that. So that's how the today's session is going to be arranged. We will understand each and every piece in details. For example, what exactly is a product manager, what does product manager do, and you as an employee of your team, how are you expected to interact with the product manager, that is one, okay. Next, there will be something called as grooming meetings or refining meetings. What do you do as part of such meetings, okay. Then some importance about designing phase of the application. We will understand how do you design an application today, everything practical stuff, guys, okay. How do you design an application? Next, ETA and timelines, one very important thing. It's like whether you are a fresher or no matter what experience, you need to know these things, okay, because it's going to be part of your daily working life. And if you don't know these things, it has huge impact on you, okay. ETA and your timelines, okay, yeah, very important. Then we'll discuss some of the tools being used. So in the industry, some commonly used tools I will be talking about, okay. Next, the role of DevOps, some release management process, cloud infrastructure, and how do you build a high quality system, basically. Guys, you need to understand, guys, okay, 2020 mein what happened, people? Yeah, lockdown came, many layoffs happened, even in the IT industry, right? The entire world suffered, a lot of businesses collapsed. But you need to understand, IT was the industry jahan pe rolling of job was still there, people were working, they were getting paid, it was one of the safest industry. Okay, and you need to understand, yes, layoffs happened, yes, there were situations ki businesses shut down, वहां पे अच्छे बंदों को भी they removed it, ठीक है? But there were some companies where there was option like who should be removed from the organization. Now you ask a question to yourself, if it is your IT company, which people you would remove from the industry, right? From your company, which people you guys, one important thing, don't look at IT industry from your perspective, because you will think very small. You need to look at the IT industry from the perspective of IT industry. Like what would the client think, what will the company think, and if you are in their position, what would you do? Okay, it's not about crying and complaining, give me the job. Ask a question, if I am the interviewer, will I give myself a job? Am I really worthy enough for the job? And you need to work for that. I'm being very honest and transparent, guys. 5+ years I have been conducting interview. You should ask this question to yourself, are you ready? It's not about bluffing or faking an interview, guys. We recruit you because we expect that whatever you cracked, when you're on the floor, you should be able to justify that. So become ready and then justify. So how do you build high quality systems? We'll talk about that, and somewhat about building high performance based systems, and even we'll touch the automation related role. And yeah, primarily it would also cover what do you do as a UI person, server person, and a QA guy. Basically you will be like, I la itna sab kuch karna hai. Okay, don't worry about it. I'll make it pretty short, okay, simple to the point, so you get it very nicely. Okay, I want you people to be along with me through the journey, and while I am saying something, try to picturize it, try to understand, okay, this is a process of application development and this is how it's working. Okay, let's assume you are allocated to, once you go through the interview process. Okay, many companies, different companies, different rules. Some companies will have a technical round, some companies will have coding rounds, some will directly start with a face to face round, some companies just maybe 2 rounds available, some company 4 rounds available, 5 6 also rounds are there, from company to company differs. Okay, guys, two primary aspects you need to care about while you are doing the interview. Okay, two primary aspects. The first one is being technically good. Okay, technically you should be able to tell about technology, tell about concepts. That's very important aspect. So that's where Amir paid trainings or whatever you have learned, that is going to help you. Okay, second is thoda sa logical thinking is required, people. Okay, now what is logical thinking? Simple stuff like, if we give you some problem now, you should be able to think. Okay, I will just recommend you a few basic technique ki whatever trainings you people are doing, especially for freshers, experienced people will know this already, especially for freshers, whatever training you people are completing, okay, as part of maybe Udemy or any classes, any courses, you should be in a position ke without referring to the notes, just by using Google, you should be able to build applications. Okay, that is the state which we want you people to be, even as a fresher, without referring anywhere, अपना common sense लगाओ, put your logic into it, build up applications, code applications, and using just Google. That should be your metrics, whether you can think and develop independent code. Without that, you're trying for the interview, confidence kahan se aayega, people? You'll not get it. So first you build up something, become self-sufficient, then the interview process also will become nice. So that is two things as part of your technical ability. First, you should know about the technology in and out about it, able to explain, not able to explain, important thing. Second, be self-sufficient and logically think. Okay, देखो, if you are getting some errors or कुछ भी any problem is happening while you're building up application, ability to Google and solve the problem. How will it happen? Simple stuff. Whatever you are learning in the class, code the same application in that IDE on the very same day without referring to the notes. This is how you will be able to do it. Exceptions will come, problems will come. Don't paste it to your friends ke try to solve me this problem. You have to Google and find the problems for yourself. Be that self-sufficient. IT expects that from everybody, basically. Okay, so fine, that is one aspect, technical aspect. The other aspect is, guys, very important, your attitude. Okay, some companies, what is managerial round going to do, people? Okay, managerial round says like, okay, should I hire this person who will work with me and in my team? You need to ask the same question to yourself, like, what kind of a person you are you a good team player, or ego issues, attitude problems, angry nature? You need to really ask all these questions to yourself, people, and you will already get the answer. Who would like to hire egoistic people, angry people, like only me and myself? It is not about individual game. Understand that it is always about team playership, talking to each other, working with each other. These areas you consider, what should be your behavior and what should be your technical capability. ये दोनों पे काम करोगे, guys, you would be able to crack the interviews very nicely. And practice is definitely required. One time wonders नहीं होते, people. You need to practice it. Enough number of practice will make your brain to think, will make you to answer in interview. Very important stuff. Okay, once you crack the interview, you are placed in some of the project. Okay, now देखो, what is going to happen is, again, like on an average, I'll be talking. The first thing is, you will be allocated to some project where project manager is going to be there. Okay, you will be getting a person whom you should report to. Okay, and then that person becomes your point of contact, POC, point of contact. Like, if you have any concern, you need to talk to that person. Okay, देखो, now generally, okay, on an average, 80% of the cases, whenever you join a company, they would be arranging a KT session for you, knowledge transfer session for you. Whether you are a fresher or an experienced candidate, does not matter. Almost 80% of the companies and the projects will arrange some KT for you. Now you need to understand what this KT is about. Okay, like, this is not your trainings, this is not your IT trainings, guys. Understand that you should have already be good in that. It's not about your coding trainings and all that. Okay, KT is knowledge transfer primarily. Okay, base assumption is, when we hired you, we already know. Dekho, now different experience range will have different things. For example, if I am hiring a fresher, the KT for the fresher is going to be more detailed KT. Okay, मैं थोड़ा सा, I'll even talk about some technology aspect to that person. I will show him how he should code as per the industry standard. College level projects are done. Okay, college level is a college level thing. Industry standards में ना थोड़ा naming conventions पे focus करना होता है, guys. You need to focus about naming conventions. You need to focus about how you write the code. मतलब सारा कुछ एक मेन मेथड में लिखोगे, दैट्स नॉट द आईटी वे. ठीक है, you need to break down your code into smaller methods. What is reusable, not reusable, multiple layers, controller में क्या जाएगा, service classes, helper classes, utility classes, DAO classes. Like, all these have to be very nicely arranged. ठीक है, तो fresher will not know it. Generally freshers will come like, okay, एक class के अंदर 2-3 मेथड में पूरा लॉजिक खत्म. प्रोजेक्ट बन जाएगा, राइट? बट यू नीड टू कोड इट इन द राइट वे एज पर इंडस्ट्री मैनर. सो अंडरस्टैंड, थोड़ा मॉड्यूलैरिटी you need to focus about. So freshers will not know it, so we will train them. How do you break code into smaller pieces, into reusable pieces? So you also just Google it after this session, how to build up modular applications. Google में सब कुछ है, guys. ठीक है, you need to just figure it out. You need to sit with a peace of mind, figure it out. You will be able to solve. So just write down this question, how to build modular applications. You will understand कि क्या करना है. You just need to read it, understand it, explain it out. Fine. So that is where for freshers. ठीक है. Another thing, now for experienced as well as fresher, guys. Now the second thing is important. My project, okay, if you are being hired for my team, okay, so I am having a project in some particular domain. Okay, now what is my domain? Let's say my domain is a banking domain. So since past 2 years I'm working in a banking domain. Basically, usse pehle I worked in a payment domain, usse pehle I worked in a gaming domain. Okay, so I'm having exposure towards these three domains. Different companies, different people, different domains will be available. Domain is nothing but category, basically. Okay, people, domain is a category. Now for example, healthcare aayega, telecom aayega, there would be a lot of domains. So don't worry. As a individual, you should be, maybe whatever domain you have, for some interview processes, that knowledge becomes important for you. Okay, for example, if you're in a banking domain and you're trying to switch a job, we would prefer people, if they have a banking domain knowledge, we would like to hire them. But you need to understand that is not the mandatory requirement for us. So don't become crazy about domains, okay? But whatever project you are keeping in your resume, you should know something about that in a deeper aspect, not just functional application. थोड़ा domain level पे भी पता होना चाहिए. If it is a banking, तो understand banking में क्या क्या core चीजें है नहीं. If it is healthcare, understand that. But even if, okay, you are coming from a healthcare domain, my project is having a banking domain, if you are not able to meet the requirements, we will not consider that as a problem, because as part of the knowledge transfer sessions, be it you are a fresher or experienced people, we will be giving you the domain training. Okay, we will say, hey, this is how it is. Because they could point, now you need to understand, now I'm presenting the IT picture in front of you. Okay, so देखो, when you come in, already the company has invested a lot of time and effort to hire you. Yes or no? तीन चार राउंड हुए हैं, तो like for me, my company, there is a position open. I also have to chase with the HR कि when are you going to fill this position for me, right? तो I am also waiting, you are also waiting basically. ठीक है, इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस जब चल रहा है, तो my position is also empty, your position is also empty. Understand this, don't trick into it, understand the situation. So when you are hired, a lot of time and the effort has gone in hiring you in the job. Now, after you are filtered, सब कुछ rounds हो गए, after you filtered and you get allocated to the project, you need to understand one thing. It becomes your manager's responsibility. So I'm the lead of my team. It becomes my responsibility to do whatever it takes to make you comfortable to quickly adapt to the project and perform to the best possible manner. It becomes managerial responsibility. But you need to understand, IT में guys, खाली बात करना is different, executing is different. You might find some companies where the managers are not properly executing their role. ठीक है, वहां पे you have to understand what is expected from you. Okay, so now the next few minutes, the next 5 minutes, or whatever I am going to speak, if you join any organization, whether your manager is doing that or not, you have to initiate and hold responsibility ke, I need all these things, because your manager might not really do it because of XYZ reasons, he doesn't know, or he's like trying to make his life easy. But you need to understand, guys, if we have hired you, it is my responsibility that I need to make you work for my project, and I will do whatever is in my control to empower with you in the right environment. It's very important. Otherwise, क्या होगा गाइस, वर्स्ट केस में क्या होता है, ठीक है, लेट मी अगेन, आई एम शोइंग यू द आईटी साइड. वर्स्ट केस में क्या होगा, इफ यू आर नॉट परफॉर्मिंग, आईटी में एक प्रोसेस होता है, पीआईपी, पिप, ओके, परफॉर्मेंस इंप्रूवमेंट प्रोग्राम. What worst case may people do is they just put up the candidate who is not performing good, put up into this PIP, ठीक है, performance improvement. We monitor you. If you are not performing nicely, people will be fired. So this is one of a process which IT has acquired. Not all companies might have a different company, different rules, but on an average, to deal with bad candidates, this is a process. We put you in a PIP and bahar jayega. Understand the problem here. Okay, first, we were waiting for so much time so that you might come in the industry. Okay. Second thing, after you came and you are applied on my project, the second thing which happened here was कि we were not able to get the work done from you. Somehow you were not able to contribute. PIP में डाले, एक महीना observe किए, बाहर चले गए. Nothing but my 3 months wasted. If you really understand from the project perspective, 3 hours wasted for me. Okay, 3 hours, 3 months, 3 to 4 months wasted for me. Now I have to hire another candidate to fill that position. So you need to understand, the way it is your responsibility to perform good, similarly it is your manager's responsibility to give you an environment where you can learn, adapt and perform. देखो, इसके बाद अगर नौटंकी करना है, if you want to come up with reasons, मेरा तो I'll not work, I'll do this drama, that drama, then we'll throw you out. Simple funda, fair and square, guys. You give your dedication to the system will justify you, grow you, give opportunities to you. You do your nautanki, I got a job, I just want to occupy a position in the IT industry, you will be thrown out of the industry as well. Okay, fair and square. IT is a brutal industry. Those who perform, they stay. Those who create drama, they will be removed. Simple funda. Understand? Very important stuff. Fine. Now, very detailed thing. Now, it is both your and the manager responsibility to learn. So now, what are you supposed to do? as soon as you join any project, let's understand that first of all, you need to encourage, okay, your leads ke bhai, please arrange some KT sessions for me. That is one. Okay, now second guys, देखो KT मतलब don't consider it spoon feeding. यहाँ पे even IT industry people go wrong. They assume KT मतलब spoon feeding के सब कुछ बता दोगे क्या बच्चे क्या. Are you like college kids now? Like you are IT professionals. Okay, some even seniors they come like okay KT चाहिए KT चाहिए. Come, understand, learn and grow. Okay, we believe in that. We are trying to provide you KT, but you should not be like iska KT nahi mila to I'll not work. That's crap basically. Okay, you should come up with energy. Okay, I want to learn, I want to understand the system, I want to quickly perform in your system. You should come back with that, come in with that attitude. Okay, so don't wait. This is important, everybody. Don't wait for somebody to come and tell you कि अभी ये करो अभी ये करो. Just you keep asking. That is called as having a proactive nature. Once you are in the company, you need to ask your leads, your managers, whoever it is, by what should I do now, what is my next thing, give me the source code access, I want to go through the code. The pull should come from your side. It is mandatory, people. Okay, otherwise देखो क्या होता है पता है क्या. In my team also, if we hire people, sometimes only for testing purpose, we don't really give work for one day to that new person experimenting. Okay, we just don't give some work and we just observe कि ये बंदा क्या करता है. What will this person do? Is he proactive or is he reactive? Now you need to understand, एक पूरा दिन हो गया and you have not even messaged me and not even asking कि भाई what should I do. There are some people like that in the industry. They do that. And abhi work from home ho gaya, so these things are even more challenging, right? We are not sitting next to each other now. Now you're in your home, I'm in my home. Kya pata Netflix chal raha hai ghar pe. Right? So we observe who is good candidate by nature and who is a bad candidate. बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है guys. एक दिन कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे जानबूझ के. We'll just observe how many are proactively coming to us and asking ke, hey Tausif, what should I do now? Can you arrange something for me? Can you give me some KT? We are observing. Some people come and then we know that okay, these are the people who we should put more efforts on for growing them. Some people will not come. देन पता चलता है अच्छा इनको मार्क ठोक के सिखाना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, काम तो करवाना है दोनों से. उसके बाद जाके if you are bad candidate, then there are PIP process will continue. So understand, okay, you have to be proactive. Ask your leads, what is my role, what am I supposed to do, please arrange some KT for me, explain me the project, I want to contribute. That kind of attitude you should have in your initial days. Okay, next guys, just understand, there is one thing now. As a fresher, or if you claim some gap as experience, or even if you are experienced, okay, after joining the company now, you need to go through some formalities, right? What is the formality? uh, like machine allocation. Abhi remote kaam chal raha hai, so virtual desktops might be there, VPN connections might be there, some technical stuff ke laptop milega kaam karne aur desktop machine milega. So wo jo bhi sara process hai, I want to tell you guys something. Many people, those who want to claim gap as experience, unnecessary na sochte hai ki bhai, if I tell something in the IT industry, what will other people think? Okay, don't think like that. Be very soft spoken, but if you don't know something na, ask it to others. Hey, now what is the process like? How do I get my machine allocated? Where are the software? How to install the software? Like, just keep asking to the people. Okay, and you can ask, okay, देखो manager को don't bombard it. Manager is a busy person, right? एक दो बार करोगे, he'll get third time irritated. So managers को देखो, generally एक company में एक rule होता है, or not maybe as a standard, but people encourage it, having a buddy system. Okay, buddy system. Some companies follow it, some projects follow it. उसमें क्या रहेगा? When you join into the company ना, they'll allocate an existing member as your buddy. कि भाई in the initial days, to make you comfortable with the system, just be available with him. Okay, now that person is going to tell you in and out. You can just talk to that person. But maybe in your company, in your project, if there is no buddy system, so don't bombard your manager. It becomes irritating. Okay, you need to but ask your manager, hey, I'm getting some struggling in doing the initial setup for the project. Can you assign somebody in your team so that I can work with him directly, so that I can do this in a quick manner? That is smart thinking. ठीक है, not bugging the manager, asking him to assign a buddy to you so that you can work and then coordinate with that person, get your softwares and all that fixed. Fine. So अभी क्या हो गया guys, KT हो गया, understanding your roles and responsibilities in the system हो गया, machine setup, software setup, communication tool, everything done. These are the basics you need to worry about as soon as you get into the IT industry. Okay, experience हो, fresher हो, gap claim कर रहे हो, same process for everybody. ठीक है, फाइन, एंड बी कम्युनिकेटिव, डर के मत रहो गाइस, ठीक है, डर के मत रहो, इट विल कॉज अ लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स इन योर लाइफ. इफ यू डोंट नो समथिंग, talk, tell, say I don't know, and then we'll try to help you in a manner ki where you will know it. ठीक है, and if you know it, so do it. Simple funda. Don't create problems for yourself कि अरे मैं बोलूंगा तो क्या होगा, अरे कुछ नहीं होगा भाई, नहीं बोलेगा ना तब प्रॉब्लम होगी. ठीक है, that's the problem statement here. Fine, let's move on. ये सब हो गया. Now let's get into the project related fundas now. कि whatever, now process related बात, अभी तक तो entry आ गई, we have got seated here. Okay, now the process related part की what is going to happen now guys. Working in an agile environment, there are primary three roles you need to consider as part of the team. Okay, first is product manager. Okay, second is scrum master, and rest of everything is called as team members. Okay, there are three categories of role which you need to know: product manager, scrum master, and all the rest of the team members. So when all of you people join the organization, okay, be it even you have 5 years, 7 years, whatever it is, everybody will be placed into the team member related role. Okay, but guys, now it is important, okay, to understand what is scrum master going to do, what is product owner going to do. Guys, why am I telling this? 10 years of experience, I'm putting my experience in front of you people. Okay, there will be some projects, there will be some companies where scrum master or the product owners are not performing their job in the right manner. You need to understand guys, IT is a combination where everybody should perform correct, then only people will win. इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम गाइस 11 प्लेयर्स राइट, हर एक को अपना रोल करना पड़ेगा तभी जाके क्रिकेट मैच में जीतेंगे. सिंपल फंडा राइट, everybody has to perform. Similarly in IT industry also you need to understand one thing: every team member has to contribute, then only the overall team success will be there. Guys, I'm not just talking about you for just surviving, I want you people to be excellent in your IT industry. And excellence means some commitment. You need to be in the top bracket in the IT industry, not like average, not like डर डर के भाई lay off होंगे तो मेरे को निकाल देंगे. Those are narrow minded people, narrow thinkers. Okay, if you are part of life transformation, we know each other, we think big, we think to conquer and dominate. We are not victims of the society, we are the rulers, we are the leaders of the society. Okay, you need to have that mindset. IT में भी नीचे नहीं रहना है. It's not about survival in IT. We need to dominate IT. So you need to be good in what you do. And how can you be good? When you do your job responsibly and when you make others to do their job responsibly. Okay, when you do your job responsibly and when you make others to do their job responsibly, then only teams will succeed. Okay, understand, very important funda, many people don't get it, but you might find, okay, personal experience, I've seen it with people, we are friends, right, we keep talking to each other. There we got to know, okay, a few things कि क्या होता है guys कि sometimes in a project scrum master is new. उसको खुद पता नहीं है कि करना क्या है. The scrum master does not even know what he's supposed to do. Sometimes that situation will come. ठीक है, sometimes the product owner is new. So but point is you will suffer. Okay, let me tell you, I have been into such situations where the product managers did not do their job properly. Because of that, the entire team suffered. If you guys are in a senior position in your teams, 4 years experience, 5 years experience, I want to share you people ki this will have an impact on you. Late night working, weekend working on many cases will happen because of lack of planning from the higher management by your leads. I am a lead, I'm telling you honestly. There will be sometimes there will be some businesses where criticality will be there. I'm not saying always. There will be sometimes there will be some businesses when there is pressure, where the team has to stretch and work, where they have to work over weekends. होता है, but once in a while, maybe every few weeks, may few times, maybe 1 week after every 4 weeks, something like that. This crunch time might come where you have to do that, but otherwise it's wrong planning by somebody. It could be a product manager, it could be a scrum master, or it could be you. Understand that. Now the point is, you have to fix your life problem. Okay, if you don't fix it, it becomes even more complicated, people. Okay, if you don't do it, it becomes even more complicated. Now let me say, how are you supposed to work in the IT industry? Okay, fine, so you all will be part of team, right? So देखो, basically what we are doing, we are building up a software application, right? Software development life cycle. किसके लिए बना रहे? Maybe there is a client who gives a requirement, or if it is an internal product like Microsoft अपना Windows बना रही है, खुद का product है. So whatever it is, ठीक है, client giving requirement or company having its own product. In all of these cases, okay, there is going to be this role, product manager, and the role of the product manager is to understand what the client wants and to write it in some form in front of you, and in the agile terminology. Now guys, tools aane lagenge, okay, you will get some names of the tools. In the agile terminology, a very popular common tool is Jira. It's by Atlassian company, the name is Jira. And in Jira, everybody has to work. Okay, let's say one tool example, everybody has to work. Matlab, product owner will work, scrum master will work, team members will work. So it is your job, whether you are a fresher or experienced, you need to work with such tools. Okay, it is called as task tracking tools or release management tools. Jira provides end-to-end solutions. Okay, so that's one. So what will he do? Product owner understand the requirement, write it in the Jira tool in plain English language. Okay, bhai, this is all supposed to be done, this is supposed to be done, this is supposed to be done. Fine. Now once all of that thing is done, that is the primary role of the product manager. Understand the requirement, complete it into some requirements so that technical team can code it. Okay, ho gaya pehla kaam. Now the second thing you need to understand, many people go wrong here, I'm telling you people, you need to really understand the IT industry. Okay, product manager, now what will they say in some companies, some projects? Product manager will say ki, hey, I have written the requirement, now you guys start coding it. Okay, written the requirement, start coding it. Guys, you need to understand, one of the reason why the IT projects like fail or late run in the timelines or struggle is because lack of communication. There is communication problem. Product client wants something else, product manager understood something else, he told you, you understood something else, you developed something else. Miscommunication is one of the major problem in the IT industry. Solve that and you will have a very successful life. Okay, if you don't understand anything, you need to question it again and again and try to understand if what needs to be done, then only you do the coding. It is that important. First understand what needs to be done, then only you do the coding. Now many times what happens is, product manager just comes, writes the requirement and says, hey, I have done my work, now you read the ticket and start coding. But product managers are like politically correct. So they'll say, if you have questions, come back to me, otherwise read the ticket. Okay, I want to suggest you people an approach. What you are supposed to do is, whenever it is called as a Jira terminology, ticket or a task, whenever a ticket or a task comes to you, कि भाई you have to do this, be it fresher, experience, हर एक को मिलेगा, requirements will be given somehow or not, right? So whenever a requirement comes to you, few things you need to ask. First, read the entire requirements clearly. Try to understand the requirements. But important thing, guys, don't straight away say कि भाई समझ गया मैं बना लूंगा. That's wrong. Okay, because guys, even if I'm now trying to explain you with my full involvement, full energy, some of you people ko few things they will not understand. Nothing, but I'm trying to explain and understand. For some of you, some topics might be like, अरे नहीं समझा, right? That means even if I want to communicate, you face challenge. Now product owner has given just written word, usko you read it, what did you interpret and what will you code? That is a communication problem basically, and you need to solve it. What you are supposed to be doing, okay, step by step actions. First of all, you read the ticket, you try to understand, step number one. Now second, you need to arrange a grooming call. ओके तो कॉल का नाम होता है ग्रूमिंग और रिक्वायरमेंट रिफाइनिंग कॉल. This call needs to be arranged with the product manager. Okay, now maybe you will initiate it, or your leads might do it, or whoever might do it. Okay, but if that is not happening, okay, then you need to question, hey bhai, I need more clarity. Don't just give me the ticket and ask me to code. I'm not going to do that. Guys, you have to take your stand. You need to say, I'll read, but I need explanation. Somebody should explain me also ki what needs to be done, because you want to avoid the communication problem. Many people go wrong because सीधे code करते हैं, फिर बाद में when you get your code reviewed, there it will fail. When you give it to the QA, there it will fail. वाट लग जाती है लाइफ में. ठीक है, that is horrible way of working. Okay, so it is your responsibility that somebody should come and explain you the requirements also. Okay, and if your leads are not doing it, you need to encourage your scrum master, hey, let's go and let's get it one more clarified now. Some people, whatever reasons, guys, communication pe kaam karo. Fine. Now that is grooming and refining. What will happen in grooming and refining? And nobody will object it, guys. It's simple. If somebody is objecting, matlab he does not know how to work in IT industry. He does not want to build a great product. Basically wo matlab nikalta hai uska. These are mandatory things for a system. Okay, now what is supposed to happen is, once these grooming calls are arranged, the product manager will come, and then they will like share their screen. Okay, now everybody is remotely connected, right? They'll connect, they will share the screen, and they will explain you everything in details. कि भाई okay, this is what is there. तो फिर क्या होगा, guys? He has written it, he's explaining you also, because while he wrote, maybe some things are in his mind, but he did not type it, or he did not cover everything in very details. So when you have a face to face call with the product manager, then many doubts will be getting sorted. Okay, so that should be your priority, basically, to do that for every requirement, not one time, for every requirement. That should be the approach. Now the second thing, guys, एक चीज ये समझो, many companies, many teams, many projects गड़बड़ करते हैं ये सब चीजों में. They assume कि 2 hours का call is enough to explain some requirements. Let me tell you, it is not. 10 years of IT experience is telling 2 hours are not sufficient for understanding requirements. You might be experienced people working in some companies right now, some of you might be fresher, but just understand, and you need to really know it like that. Even as a beginner in the IT industry, पहले कॉल में नहीं समझती है बहुत सारी चीजें. Some bounces will go. Okay, it will happen. The fact is, unless you are clear on the requirement, you should not code. Your first responsibility is to be clear ke what the business wants, what the product wants. So when the grooming session is done, on the very same day, you people go back, think. Okay, अच्छा ये बात हुई है, टिकट में ये लिखा है. Now check with your other team members, talk to them, and now they will also give some suggestions, and then construct your understanding. Oh, now I understand this. Usme there might be some questions which will come up, right? Some questions might come up. Write down those questions. When you think, then this will happen. Ready made समझ के coding कर लोगे ना, आगे जाके dead end में you will crash your project. Without preparation and planning, projects will fail. That's bound to happen. It is your responsibility, being a team member, to make sure that you understand and then you code something. Mandatory. So this is how it is. You need to have a grooming call. They will explain you. Go back to your desk, sit, think, come up with some questions, talk it to your team members, talk to your scrum manager. Okay, collect all of that details. And if you want to have more calls, again talk to your scrum master. Scrum master ka kaam basically is to join product owner with you people. Okay, now what is that? You again talk to your scrum master and tell him, hey, I have some questions, let's arrange another call with the product owner so that these things can be getting clarified. But without clarification, please don't code. You will waste your time and you will waste the project time. Project is coming with the 2 weeks deadline. What you will do? Understanding में 4 दिन खा गए, उसके बाद you are building up a wrong solution, and then you come back in the 7th day and say, I built this, and the client says, I don't want this. You have 3 days left. How would you compensate? Day and night you will work. Yes or no? So work upfront. One rule of the IT industry which you should follow, IT industry might not be following, but you should follow: no rework, no double work. Okay, get things clarified, then you start coding. Okay, these things might not look practical in all the senses, so get things clarified at least 70%. Okay, that should be a metric. Some open things are there, it is fine. 30% things are not clear, it is fine, but 70% work clarity should be there. Then only you should start coding. If that is not clear, khali 10% pe hawa mein coding mat karo, everything will be scrapped in the end, and it is time waste for the project, it is time waste for you. Then you compensate by working overnight. That's not my problem, that's your problem. You did not understand, why did you code it? That's what I will say to you when you come back to me. Okay, fine. Understand, very important things. That's where projects fail in the IT industry. And you need to, okay, why am I conducting this session? I want you people to really be good future for the IT industry. Okay, IT industry is really struggling. Even working people, they don't have the right knowledge how they should work. That's where, at least from right 64 people watching right now, agar even 30% 50% logo ko kuch samjha, you can be a good future for the IT industry. That's why I'm doing this session. Okay, so understand its true value. It will help you to shape up a very great career in the industry. Let's continue. So grooming ho gaya, requirement clarify. So do that. Without that, don't code it. Next, now this is where, देखो अभी clients भी बहुत नाटक करेंगे. Clients, product, क्या होता है पता है क्या guys? Everybody wants to push each other, okay, give us the project on time, give us the project on time. Okay, I will tell you one simple thing. The actual face of the IT industry, what happens? Business or the client, they have some requirements. Okay, and the client gives the requirements, and they already say ki bhai, these requirements needs to be clarified by, or needs to be worked upon, delivered, developed in production, whatever needs to be delivered back in like let's say 3 months or 4 months project. Okay, so already guys, right now the client or the business, they say, but this is a feature, I want this feature in the production environment, and I want it maybe by March 2021. That kind of clarity business has. Okay, understand gadbad kahan ho rahi hai IT industry mein. You need to really understand these things rightly. Now what will happen is, client has a deadline already. So far it has not even reached to the technical team. Many projects happen like this. Okay, abhi kya hota hai guys? So if the product manager is taking too much time in closing the requirements, उसने एक महीना ले लिया just to understand the requirements and to write on Jira कि what exactly needs to be done. If he takes 1 month, बचा क्या guys? You just have then 3 months with you. यहाँ से March तक it's like 4 months, right? So 3 months there. Sometimes product manager might take more time. Now what is going to happen? That means your deadline is fixed. Your deadline is fixed, but the product manager is coming into your deadlines. Because of that, you have very small time to deliver and give it back. फिर क्या होगा पता है क्या? Then product manager will be like, tight timelines, we need to do it by this time only. Okay, we need to do it by this time only. These are like important things, people. Okay, and then क्या होगा? Deadline is fixed, but time is very small. So that's the reason, the encourage your seniors of the team. Okay, or if you are the senior, encourage your seniors to push back the product manager ke bhai, give us requirements early. Okay, that is one boundary which you should drive. Give us requirements early, give us requirements early, give us requirements early. Now the second part, now it is your responsibility guys. Nobody else will do it for you, but if you are not doing it, it's a problem. Okay, if you are not doing it, it's a problem. The second important requirement is, you need to estimate your work. Like, okay, if this is the requirement, how much time will it take to actually solve this requirement? Okay, that is your thing. How much time will it take to solve the requirement? You know why people suffer? Because they are not able to judge okay, how much time it will take. For example, consider yourself guys. Have you really asked a question? You're getting trained right now for building up that application, considering your true potential for developing a software. How much time you would take actually to develop it? Is it like 1 day? Is it like half of a day? Is it like 2 hours, 3 hours, 2 days, 1 week? Nobody asks these questions. And I've been through the same. Even in the IT industry, nobody asks these questions. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, ऐसे ही जा रहा है. People don't know how to estimate their work. Now, what will happen, guys? Because you don't know how much time it will take, your project manager is going to give some commitment to the clients. Okay, he will give some commitment ke ye ek week mein ho jayega, this will be completed by 1 week. Okay guys, questions I'll be taking in later, so yeah, you can later put all your questions as a comments, we'll do that later session. Now there is a target we are running into, so we'll not get into the question answering right now. Okay, understand the core topic here. So fine, so just understand the important things first. Okay, key requirements ETA wise, ETA or timelines wise. Okay, because you don't know how much time you will take for completing the task. You did not tell anything to your leads. Now your lead is telling timelines on your behalf. Hey, I feel like OC is going to take 1 week for completing this task, or like Ashish is going to take, let's say, 2 days to complete the task. The manager is putting his logic and his experience into it, but your reality could be different, right? Maybe you might need not 2 days, maybe 4 days for that. इसमें फिर क्या गड़बड़ हो जा रही है? The product manager is it's being, the timelines are being communicated upfront guys. ठीक है, so 2 days is communicated, वो बंदा आगे बोलता है, client को बोलता है कि हाँ 2 दिन में you'll get this software. But the reality is, now you know that 2 दिन में नहीं होगा यार, maybe ज्यादा time लगेगा. But why the problem is coming first of all is because you don't know how much time you will take for building something. Guys, buffer hota hai, right? Exceptions might come, you might not be able to solve, but considering all that drama, you need to give a realistic timeline. Don't make it imagine. थोड़े बंदे क्या करते हैं, नहीं नहीं बहुत बफर लगाएंगे, ये करेंगे वो करेंगे, एंड लाइक 4 दिन के काम को they'll give 2 weeks का timeline. Nothing but 10 days. 4 दिन के काम को 10 days. Guys, what is happening here? You need to understand. They are trying to play safe कि गड़बड़ ना हो. The other side effect of this problem is the client feels, अरे technical team में तो दम ही नहीं है, this team is not good, this employee is not good, capability नहीं है, like this work is a small work and these guys are taking like 10 days लगेगा. एक negative reputation will come, and धीरे धीरे guys, when such reputation happens na, the downside of that is people will not respect you, people will not value you. IT industry में who gets respected? A players, those who are great, those who perform, those who can do things, those who can get results. Others can do it in maybe in 5 days, I can do it in 3 days. These people will get respect in the IT, and I want you people to think like them, not like average, not like a buffer laga ke timeline miss nahi karenge, but it causes you to be average person in the industry. So be smart but be practical. There is a very thin line. Who can draw this? You can draw this. But the point is, you need to start thinking in this manner right from the beginning. Okay, so exercise that I want to tell you, right from today onwards, whatever you code, okay, whatever you code as part of your training or as part of the project, before starting with the coding, already analyze and say, in how much time will I finish this? Maybe initially nahi pata chalega, but the guys, when you keep asking this question every time when you're doing things, you will start getting a clarity. Oh, so my capability is like this, calm is 5 days. So guys, you should know what's your capability. That's important. Without that, you will suffer, the projects will suffer. It's your job. I'll otherwise I'll draw some wrong conclusions and then I'll give some commitments, and then उसके बाद तुम लोग नहीं करोगे तो who will suffer? You will suffer. I will not suffer. I will be like, बोल दिया है client को रात दिन बैठ के काम करो. Why did you not tell me how much time it will take? And if you give me too much extra time, then also I'll cross question you. मैनेजर का काम ये रहता है, I'm not dumb कि you just tell me कि भाई इतने टाइम लगेगा and I just accept. You have to justify. When you say 10 days, justify me कि 10 days क्या हो रहा है. And I will not take your 10 days as an answer. I'll bring it down to 6, because I respect myself, I respect my client's time. I will not just give you buffers just like that. Okay, because that's my responsibility. So you need to know, you need to be good individual, performant individual. Estimation very important. Okay, now fine, estimation. So now right from today onwards, that exercise for you is, whatever you code, you estimate it in how much time you will be able to complete this work. Okay, in how much time you will be able to complete this work. And once you are getting that kind of clarity, okay, then try to see whether you are able to accomplish it. If you are not able to accomplish it, then pata chalega acha matlab, okay, analysis mein I need to improve further, it will happen. Fine, important piece. Next. Okay, Next thing I want to tell, okay, is about the designing. यहाँ पे I'll, okay guys, let's say टॉपिक बहुत बड़ा है. We are trying to understand the entire IT industry in one go, ठीक है, and it is not a joke. Be it you are a fresher हो या बाप आए हो या कोई भी आए हो, doesn't matter. It's not okay. अभी बोलते बोलते there are so many things to tell you, because this is how IT industry में A player बनोगे. You guys will be like at the top layer once you are good in all these things, ठीक है. तो I'll conduct today's session, okay. 9:30 already हो गया है, ठीक है. I'll still conduct it for maybe 15 minutes more, and उसके बाद whatever state we end up, ठीक है, we will be arranging another session to continue further, okay. If you are part of the WhatsApp group, okay, as part of this comments, once we are done with the live, okay, let me already paste a link. If you're not part of the WhatsApp group, I'm already pasting you a link, so you can join there. There I will inform about when is the next session going to be conducted, okay. I want to give you guys values. ऐसा नहीं कि खाली हड़बड़ी में आए and like you even don't get it and then we say bye bye to each other, ठीक है. That's not the target, guys, please understand, ठीक है. So I'm just putting it as a comment here, okay. I'm just putting, yeah. So if any of you, I just now added it as a comment. Yes, yes, I'll take Pawan. Okay, don't worry about that. So because I really want to explain all these things, because IT is struggling here, and I see you guys as the future of IT industry. Friday night, 10:30 baje बैठे हो. You guys are serious. You want to do something in your life. That's where I'm here to help you. Okay. So this is the WhatsApp group. You guys can join in this group, and there I will update when is the next session going to happen. देखो, I could have already said कि tomorrow 9:30 होगा, but tomorrow it depends upon my timing. Tomorrow we are having some production release and some Saturday को कुछ तो काम है वहाँ पे, ठीक है. So if some blunder happens here and there, I will not be able to give time. That's where I'm not giving a commitment, okay, but I will arrange definitely. So be part of this WhatsApp group. I will share an update as part of this, okay. And guys, there are two things. LT events है, LT events 2 है, okay. I've shared the link of LT events 2 because LT events भर गया है already, okay. Yes, 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 fine. So chalo, let's continue for some more time, okay. I will reach to one position where you will find comfortable to take a exit, where you can think about what it is, and then tomorrow I would try to then mostly I'll try that tomorrow itself the session happens. If everything goes right with my production release tomorrow, then we'll have a session tomorrow itself, okay. I can even share more of my real-time experience about what is happening, fine. But in the WhatsApp group, I'll publish when are we connecting again. So just be there and it would be value, fine. Now, ETA की बात हो गई, guys. But now it is important, okay? It is important you people need to understand few things. Ki, when can you give ETA? Okay, guys, everything is logical questioning. When can you give an ETA? Matlab, how can you say ki how much time will you take? Okay, the first step for giving the timeline is you need to be available. Yes, 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 Raj, I'll keep this in YouTube. Okay, you need to be okay guys, थोड़ा क्वेश्चन आंसरिंग बंद करते हैं, थोड़ा चुप हो जाओ बंदो, थोड़ा चुप हो जाओ. मेरे को लेट मी कंप्लीट द सेशन विद फुल फोकस एंड बाद में विल ओके. आई एम इवन थिंकिंग लाइक एक FAQs का विल अरेंज अनदर सेशन, ठीक है. सो आई वांट टू गिव यू फुल वैल्यू. तो पहले लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड द सेशन. उसमें क्वेश्चंस आएंगे, राइट डाउन योर क्वेश्चंस टू योरसेल्फ, ठीक है. एंड दीज क्वेश्चंस एक लेटर आई विल शेयर सम गूगल फॉर्म का लिंक, राइट योर क्वेरीज देयर. एक अपन सेपरेट सेशन करते हैं फॉर FAQs टाइप वाला, ठीक है. देखो, पॉइंट इज आई एम हियर, यू आर हियर. एज लॉन्ग एज यू वांट टू लर्न, वी कैन लर्न इट टुगेदर, ठीक है. बिकॉज IT नीड्स यू बेसिकली. मेरा टाइम हो गया यार, 10 साल यहाँ पे रहा हूँ. आई विल स्टे फॉर मे बी 5 more years, 10 more years, बट यू आर द फ्यूचर, ठीक है. यू आर द फ्यूचर, यू नीड टू नो टू वर्क. तो चलो चलो, लेट्स गेट बैक. बहुत सारी बातें हो गई, लेट्स बैक टू द कोर कॉन्सेप्ट अगेन, ठीक है. सो फाइन, ETA एंड द टाइमलाइन. When can you give the timeline? When can you say, understand the question first, when can you say how much time you will take to complete a task? That can only happen when you are clear in the approach ki how do you want to code it, right? Yes or no? You need to be clear on the approach ki this is the problem, I will be coding it in this manner, and then you can put some estimate for that, okay guys. And let me tell you, IT mein there is nothing like best solution. There is nothing like best solution. Everything is given the current circumstances. Any problem you can be solved in 10 ways, but which way you are going to pick and how much that way is going to take time. That's what is required. Many people, अब यहाँ पे blunder हो जाता है, whether they give ETA or they don't give ETA, okay, whether they give ETA or don't, the main problem which people suffer is कि they don't know the approach. उनको पता ही नहीं है कि how they want to solve the problem. Right? It can happen as a fresher, these questions might come up, but even seniors they don't have the approach. Okay, so guys, what are you supposed to do once the requirement, okay, let's get back to the grooming phase. Once the requirements are clear, you need to sit down, you need to take a pen and a paper and think. Okay, before your देखो immediately क्या होगा पता है क्या? The clients or the product managers or your scrum master will start asking, tell me, okay, tell me कि कितने time में खत्म करेगा. People will bombard you, but you should not tell the timeline straight away. Public ना pressure में timeline बोल देती है. Okay, people just under pressure, और यार कितना पूछ रहा है, ले भाई 4 दिन में करता हूँ. अरे, have you analyzed it? How are you saying? क्या toss करके did you tell 4 days? How did you tell 4 days? You need to have a plan for that. Okay, so immediately you need to tell to your manager or whoever it is asking you the timeline कि भाई अभी तो requirement आई है, let me spend a few couple of hours or maybe 1 day of time so that I analyze how to build up the solution, what should be my solution. You need to take that time to think, people. Okay, and that phase is nothing but called as designing and approach finalizing phase. Many of the projects may not, they'll not even give you that time because of whatever reason. They'll straight away give me a timeline, give me timeline. Without approach, whatever you say, it's meaningless. And without design and the approach, if you build an application, that's the worst thing that you can do. I'm telling you, people, what has happened many times in projects. Okay, many times in the projects, guys, requirement aa gaya, there are n number of ways to solve the problem. People are not aware on how to solve the problem, and they give the timelines and they build up the solution somewhere. They don't know the right way of doing it because they did not consult with the seniors, no approvals from the architects. There is a process by which all that also happens in companies, but कुछ नहीं किया, मन में जो आया बना दिए. Okay, एंड में जाके कोड रिव्यू में पकड़ा गया कोड. You spend your 4 days in coding it, maybe functional application bana diye guys. Okay, functionally you did it, but after 4 days in code review section, your team lead says no, we are not okay with this code. Now what will you do? 4 days ka work gaya, right? And the team lead will, then he'll say ki bhai, okay, you should do it like this. Abhi, how would you compensate for time? Time gaya to gaya, right? 4 days gone, you cannot be covered back. Now you have to build the same solution because the end timeline is already communicated. You need to build the same solution by raat din kaam karke. Day and night you have to work, yes or no? That's where, guys, I am always telling, live by a rule in the IT industry, no rework. Okay, you do it once, you do it clean. That should be your responsibility. So how is that possible? When your manager is asking you, give me the timeline, you need to tell them, you need to take a stand, give me some time to think and finalize the solution. Design, approach, wo finalize karna padega. Okay, next, talk to your seniors, talk to your peers, talk to multiple people, propose them your solutions. I am thinking it like this, is it good, is it bad? Ask that person who is going to do your code review. Be smart enough. How can you avoid reworks? The person who is going to code, that guy itself is going to tell you whether it's good or bad. To ask that person ki, hey, I'm thinking to build up like this, are you okay with this, or are there going to be any changes here? Okay, before getting into coding, you need to have that clarity in your mind. How are you going to approach the problem? Get it confirmed by your team lead or whoever is going to be your code reviewer. Okay, talk to them, finalize a solution. Once you have the solution, that is nothing but designing and approach finalizing. As part of designing और भी चीजें होती है, let's not get there, like design patterns बनाना, interfacing related, modularity related, microservice चल रहा है अभी तो किधर क्या करेंगे, वो सारे भी होते हैं. But at a senior level those questions will come. As a fresher ज्यादा वहां पे होता नहीं है, but at least you need to get your plan clarified. How are you trying to solve it? Is it really the right way it is, or will the team lead in the end will say कि नहीं चाहिए or change it and those kind of things. ठीक है, so initial that stamping is required. So make sure after grooming you take some time for approach finalization. Talk to the people who do your code review so that they should not like later say, if in your company or your project if the code review is not being followed, talk to the other senior member of the team and get your code validated. Before you even get started with the coding, get your approach validated. And once it is validated, then you have to see, okay, in how much time I can build up this approach. Okay, everything is logical, yes or no, people? Everything is clear and logical. Once you know kya banana hai, once you have the right approach of doing it, how you have to do it, what you have to do, how you have to do, once these two things are clear, by when you have to do becomes clear automatically. Okay, and once this is done, you give the handover back to your clients, and then you have to communicate, this will take 7 days of development from my side. Okay, this will happen. And now देखो यहाँ पे भी बहुत फंडे रहते हैं. Your leads might be like 7 days तो नहीं है यार, 4 दिन ही होगा, ऐसा होगा वैसा होगा. Guys, just okay, I'll just like to take 5 minutes to talk something about this point. Many working people also struggle here. Okay, many working people struggle at this point. देखो, point is, in reality, when you give estimate, understand, when you are giving estimate, you should consider Monday to Friday and 9 hours of work. That should be your estimation always. And I am a manager and I am telling you that, that means I know how important this is. Because देखो क्या होगा guys, ज्यादा जितना काम करोगे ना, you will feel the frustration, and in the end mindset will be affected, you will not have the right sleep, and in a long run your productivity will fall down. And after seeing all that, that's where I'm recommending you. Okay, when you are giving estimates, Monday to Friday 9 hours का estimate होना चाहिए. Okay, next, the client is going to say, नहीं यार, this is not possible, 7 दिन का लगते हैं, पागल हो गए क्या भाई, 4 दिन में चाहिए. Everybody is like that, right? Whenever you tell something, people will always like, no 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 no, कम time में चाहिए. This is what is the world around you. ठीक है, and you need to defend yourself. Okay, देखो अभी यहाँ पे there are multiple factors. You need to really see what is the best time that you can come. You might say like 4 दिन तो नहीं, it's a bargain happening basically. ठीक है, okay fine, 7 days थोड़ा tight, but यार maybe 5.5 year, but उससे नीचे तो I cannot come. 5.5 will also be tight. But if the business is really that critical, let me try to fit it in like 5.5 to 6. उससे नीचे तो होगा ही नहीं. You need to practically tell these things. Just don't say कि I want to be good in the name of my manager. हाँ मैं 4 दिन बोल दूंगा and फिर रात दिन कर लूंगा. नहीं यार, you are not working the way it is supposed to work. Don't think that you're doing some great stuff by just saying, yes, I will do it in 4 days. You're basically doing a donkey work. Okay, by just agreeing it, by not being smart enough, you're making a donkey work for yourself. Understand that. So be clear, be practical. IT life is a life, you have to live it properly. Okay, there will be times where you have to work hard. I'm not saying that hard work is not required, but when it needed, then only you should. And if not needed, if there could be some other way, try to always do that, because in a long run you will suffer, and when you suffer, you will leave the job, and then the project also suffers. So your productivity is more important, you getting result is more important. So step number 1, okay, is about, whenever estimating, consider Monday to Friday 9 hours of work. Okay, I will be able to do it in this much time only. Give the timelines properly, whether you good or bad. Okay, now the clients will always come, nahi yaar 7 दिन बहुत ज्यादा है, कम करो. Many times they'll just say that. Okay, give them the best possible कि नहीं, इससे कम तो नहीं हो सकता है. ठीक है, but now देखो अभी there are 2 ways to handle this situation. ठीक है, basically 3 ways बनते हैं. ठीक है, any sensible product team or any sensible team members or the management or the leaders or whoever seniors of your team, any sensible people will try to solve it in 2 manner. Okay, one is, either you break down the work. अच्छा, इतना पूरा काम करने के लिए, if it is taking 7 days for you, let me break into, okay, 60% of the work. Because देखो, they'll say, we have given a commitment to our client कि भाई we will deploy it in 5 days only. So 7 days not possible at all, भूल जाओ उसके बारे में. They'll be like 5 days ही मिलेगा time. Now you tell me in 5 days कितना, how much work you would be able to do it. लॉजिकल बातें होती है. ओके, आईटी इंडस्ट्री इज अ स्मार्ट इंडस्ट्री. दे विल बी लाइक, ओके इन 5 days ही करना है, fine, you can do, you say that I can do only this much in 5 days. That's where estimation is important. Be it a fresher or be it experience, without this you will not have a good, successful and a happy life in the IT industry. I learned this after wasting a lot of my time. That's where I'm telling you, people, right from beginning, care about these values. Okay, and then you give it clarity कि भाई, okay, I can complete this 70% of the work in 5 days, बाकी का नहीं होगा. The now business or the client will say, okay fine, the remaining 30% we can do it as part of the next release or the next cycle. That's fine, let it go. focus on only this much 70% work, complete it in 5 days and give it to us. We are fine with that. That is one way of solving the problem, and encourage that. Be wise enough, okay? Encourage such discussions, okay? Now the second way of doing it could be कि देखो यार, clients might be पूरा का पूरा 100% feature चाहिए, we cannot cut down the feature. It's all practical, guys. It is not like nobody's trying to pressurize, guys. Client matlab product plus you, both are working together to build the software. The second way of solving the problem is you say कि देख भाई, मैं तो एक आदमी हूँ and I can work only like this, and with my capability I can deliver only in this much time, ठीक है? Even if चल मैं थोड़ा सा stretch भी कर लेता हूँ, then also maybe 7 का जाके maybe 6.5 हो जाएगा, but I cannot do more than my capability, right? I cannot live a 2 lives and like दो बार I cannot code 2 times. That's a practical limitation on a human being. You need to understand that, ठीक है? And you have to then tell कि भाई this is my maximum capability, मैं तो इतने में ही कर पाऊंगा. You have to draw that line, okay? Now then the question comes, can we add another resource along with you to build the same application, okay? For example, you are saying कि भाई 7 दिन लगेगा. Client will be like, okay, I'll give you one more resource. तो अभी 2 रिसोर्स आ गए तो कितना लगना चाहिए? 3.5 days लगना चाहिए. आईटी वाले ना मैनेजर्स भी बहुत सही चालू रहते हैं. They'll be like, okay, we give you one more person. Now you are 2 people, complete the entire project in half time. People will say that. It's all about balancing, okay? So maybe with 2 resources it might take like maybe 4 days of time, and then that is a possible solution. Just see and then make it possible if it is, okay? That's the second way of solving problem, giving additional resource for solving it. But guys, very important, okay? Don't invite pressure on yourself, okay? Under pressure, I've seen people crying in the IT industry. I've seen people taking mental tablets in the IT industry, okay? And that's because they don't know basically how to work. They are inviting so much tension and struggle कि life में मतलब they get mad basically. इतना pressure होता है, they get scared to work. I've seen that kind of pressure, okay? I've seen it, okay? Everything, I've been through a lot. I've seen laptops being thrown on people, okay? I've seen phones being banged across. यहाँ पे बैठे दीवार पे phone पटके देखे. I've seen laptops banging. I've seen people being like thrown out of the cabins. I've seen a lot in the IT industry, okay? Different things happen. But why is that happening? Because that peace of mind, that clarity is not there. And you need to really fix that situation out, okay? Then only life will be good. So that's what it is. You need to first not take too much of pressure. With a cool mind, you can solve the problems. Under tension, you will not be productive at all. And I'm telling you, for your future and for the project's future, guys, very important stuff. Fine. ये दोनों भी solution काम नहीं किए तो client will be like, नहीं भाई, we cannot give you more resource because budget nahi hai. Sometimes these kind of statements will come, no budget there, we cannot allocate more resources, their project is also important and we want it in 5 days only. Sometimes this will happen, and wo time pe, then guys, you should take it as a personal challenge. Even now I have to cross my boundaries, whether I'm capable or not doesn't matter. फिर रात दिन एक कर लो, weekends एक कर लो, but get the work done because it is required for business. Always remember this statement throughout your IT life. Business, client, customers are everything. If they withdraw the projects, you would be removed from the company. Company will not have money to pay you salaries. Respect your clients, respect the customers, respect their needs. खुद के ईगो को and for your self satisfaction, don't create stories कि I don't want to contribute. If you are a cheater, karma is for real. Life will cheat on you. Understand, everybody listening to these words right now, I want you people to become responsible in life, not a cheater in life. Your job pays you money by which you run your family. It's your earning basically, and you should respect it. You should value your client's time, and if the client is really in a bad state, you need to do whatever it takes to solve that problem. फिर खुद के comfort को भूल जाओ, because the client is the source of revenue for the system. And if that's not there, I think you're in the wrong place basically. Okay, you should switch your job away if you don't value your clients. If your life comfort is bigger than your job or bigger than your responsibility, then sorry, IT industry is not for you. And many people will be there in the IT industry like this, but it's tough, right? So ask some serious questions to yourself. Be loyal. to your job, to your company, to your people. Okay, don't cheat it, because life is for real, karma is for real. You do it right now, in future it will bounce back on you. Important stuff. Okay, but be genuine sometimes when needed. Guys, I'm telling you my experience. Even though I'm telling all these things, everything is coming after experience. Ke itna draw this boundary like this, draw this boundary like this. But I will personally tell you, I have worked weekends. I have worked till morning 4 a.m., 6 a.m. I have like sometimes slept in offices and worked. I have done that. I have like for 2, 3 days, I did not go to the home. I have worked with people who planned the entire vacation with the family, and they were ready. Flight, everything was done. They got a call, ke project mein kuch hua hai, and you need to come here. They cancelled everything and they came. So I've worked with some of the very serious and the bright A players of the industry, and that makes me more responsible towards my job, and that's why I love my job. So I'm not here in the IT industry just to pass time. I'm here because I am on a purpose to do something great. And we, being the software engineers, it's our responsibility to change the world by our capabilities. So understand that, value your clients, put hard work. Without that, life is not going to justify. So even if whatever techniques I am giving, boundaries aise karo, these are not make you lazy. Okay, because after doing this, those who grow out of the bracket, they succeed in life. Doing this is going to keep you in a practical state of mind where you can perform in the maximum productive manner. But iske aage jo jayega, for which like day and night doesn't matter, weekends doesn't matter, they know how to balance life. They are not idiots. Okay, I'm not an idiot कि रात दिन काम करने से क्या होगा. I am where I am because I did what I did. Okay, in maybe next year like 40 member का already approval हो गया, 60 member team with 10 years of experience, जो public को मिलता है कि maybe with 15 years or 20 years they get bigger teams. I am getting it in my early time because I outperformed than other peers who might be having 10 years of experience. That's where I am at this position. I outperformed them. So I know what needs to be done, but I am damn bloody committed to put my everything for my job, and I will grow. And that's what I would like to give to you people as well. This is a brilliant industry with full opportunities, with money, with and those who with the right knowledge and skills, they will grow. Your mindset is very important while we are talking about all these things. Okay, so be ready to put hard work. And yes, the way Ashish says, hard work in the smart way, both are required. Sometimes late will also be required, and that will actually show to you who you are. And welcome to the IT industry. This is what I want to tell you people. It is a beautiful world, and which has lot of aspects basically, and you'll enjoy your job. Let me tell you that already. Okay, you'll enjoy your job. Point is liking leke aao. Okay, maybe somebody else might have told you कि IT में जाओ पैसा मिलेगा, or this maybe you're from some other market and like नहीं IT में अच्छा है चलो चलो. But once you are in, love what you do, love your job. ठीक है, because then you will be able to enjoy IT. Otherwise IT is going to be a pressure hell for you people. I have seen it both the variants, those who enjoy and those who don't. I've seen both the variants. So it's up to you how you want to live your life. Because I've seen people just quit IT industry after 5 years of experience. They are like, नहीं यार इतना pressure handle नहीं हो रहा है, छोड़ देते. I've seen some people who just completely give up. नहीं अभी life में और experiment नहीं करते, एक आराम से कोई तो service company पकड़ेंगे जहाँ पे there is not enough work, relax काम चल रहा है, आराम से बाकी life निकालेंगे. And that's not the right way of living IT. Because money ke liye there is no limit, guys. I'm seeing packages like 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs, 90 lakhs, 1 cr crossing that, real packages. Okay, that's what is the limit. And this is not to, I'm not talking about the great people. I'm talking about people. आगे और जाओगे तो और ज्यादा मिलेगा, maybe you never know. So all the best, welcome to the industry. And but we just don't want like seats to be filled with people. We want seats to be filled with lovely people. Okay, we want seats to be filled with those who really enjoy IT industry, those who are really ready to put efforts and make this world a better place and contribute as maximum as possible. Code to the beauty, everything is available on internet. Read about it, take courses, upgrade your skill sets, be unique in your industry. That's what I would like to say. Be in the top 20% of the industry. Goal ko वहां rakho, guys. ठीक है, नॉट लाइक एवरेज, जॉब तो मिल जाएगा यार, काम भी कर लेंगे, बी इन द टॉप 20%, दैट विल मेक अ डिफरेंस टू योर लाइफ, टू योर करियर, टू योर फाइनेंशियल इनकम, टू योर एवरीथिंग. Be wise, be smart, and the IT is waiting for you. Be ready and just come in. Ask a question to yourself. Are you ready for getting in the IT? You'll get the answer automatically. Thank you. This is me, Tausif Sheikh, signing out for the day. Be it in the WhatsApp group. I'll be providing the update. We'll complete the rest of the topics, continuation of that DevOps, cloud, and some of the dev QA and all that process in details in the coming few sessions. Okay? So I'll let you know in the WhatsApp group. So be there and we'll take it forward. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time and love you, people. Take care of yourself. Bye, 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 bye.